Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for a devlog for Auld Folks. Now, in this one, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to push on with things like the last devlog was just a little introduction to my channel and all that jazz. So without further ado, let's go on with it. Now I've forgotten to boot up my Unity file, so we're going to have to wait for that, shall we? What? So from the last devlog there's been a little bit of a change, but not drastic change. So as you can see here, the map has changed a little bit. I've made it more accessible for the player to get around very easily. And as well as the toilets have changed, and I'm pretty sure I've changed this area as well. I've also created some artwork, improved some artwork as well, such as this piano here. I'll get into that in a second, and I'm sure I didn't have this box here as well. Now I did run into some issues creating the functionality for the piano, and I'll just go through step by step what I've done. After creating the piano, I went and done the UI for the piano. I know this might look a little bit weird, but bear with me. So I wanted that whenever you pressed one of these buttons, it would play that note. Now I had to go through a music editor thing and press every single note on the piano and record it and split them all up. I know probably there would have been an easier solution to this. I could have downloaded it from Google or something like that, but I just wanted to, stay on the safe side of things. Now, anyway, this is a code that essentially, whenever you press E, it sets the background to true, which is this. And this is just to see if it's in range and how this is getting dealt with. So in onTrigger enter 2D, if the other game object tag is equal to player, then in range is equal to true. Vice versa, false if it's exit. Now then, if the player presses E, then the background goes to true. But if the player presses escape, then it's false. Now onto the Meaty bit of program, which again probably you could have done easier, but I honestly couldn't think of anything else to do. So I'll explain this bit here. So essentially, if A is pressed, then audio source A, play, and order at position presses is equal to 1, then presses plus plus, which just means plus 1. Now every single one of these are the exact same apart from this line of code here. Now all it changes is the number here. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so on. And that changes this array variable, so that we can then check if the order at position 0 is equal to 3 and order at position 1, blah 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 blah. All of this is essentially this song here. Now, if this is true, then I've literally just done a print in the console to see it's done. Now we'll do a little bit of demonstration for you here. So if the player goes up to the piano, this little icon appears and it tells the player, yo, you can interact with this. So if the player presses E, it opens this menu and you can go ahead and play these notes here. And down here on the left hand side, it should say done. And lo and behold, it says done down here. Now my plan is, if you play the song correctly, then it will trigger a memory in the player's past. They will then flash back to a memory, and the player then has to figure out what memory that is. Now for example, the memory might be a date, and my idea is to give the player the knowledge to then go up to this safe and put in the correct digits. Now the player will get some sort of item from that chest and use it around the map to then proceed the level or proceed the game. Now for the piano section of the game, that took about 4 days to complete and get it all working. as I totally forgot how arrays work. But I got it finished, I didn't give up on it, so that's great. And the key lock didn't take that long, possibly about 2 days. Now how the key lock works, or the lock code works, is that it checks if 1 integer, 2 integer and 3 integer is correct, then destroy the lock menu. Now this is just to see if it works. I will have some sort of animation play and a little item to go into their inventory, but for now, destroy works. Now to actually get these values and change these values, the player then has to press a button. Now button 1, button 2 and button 3. Now all of these work the exact same way. I'll just show you button 1 for example. If 1 integer is greater than 8, then 1 integer is equal to 0. Now this gives the illusion to the player that it's one of these locks, hence it will go back to 0 once it's past 9. But if it's not, then 1 integer plus plus. Then change value is 1.text equals 1 integer to string. Now this essentially just changes the text value which you see on the UI. So the plan is in the next coming weeks is to have the first flashback done and some dialogue options for the NPC. But that's pretty much it, so tell me what you think down in the comments below and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.